brand new today. Out of all of the shoes that we have for you in the program, this is the most technical shoe, not just in the program, but practically in the entire line. Is that right?
Yeah, and yeah, I've got a couple of pairs of the men's version. It's almost all that I wear out of the men's styles is this particular is the men's version of what we're seeing here. Yeah.
This is so what? No teal for you?
No teal for me.
Version?
No. Well,
no berry.
The men's are pretty well available in black and brown. We're a simple breed, us blokes.
Yeah,
so
okay.
yeah, we don't need the bright colours.
So in that sense, I consider us gals really lucky that we have the chance to get these really cute colors in this shoe. 4 easy pays of $27.49 a month. So grab your easy pay. It is a sporty, casual shoe, which is something that you kind of need to have for the summertime, but this has so much built into it. We're going to be chatting for a while about the technology. The first one is the chocolate and the teal. So look at this beautiful shade of deep brown, your shade of teal that you have here, not just on the fabric strap, but also on the leather that you're getting in the front as well. Then we also have the berry and the gray. So I want to make sure there's no confusion. This is berry and gray, so that's the lighter of the two. The charcoal and the berry is the darker of the two, because the berry's the same, but one is lighter and one is deeper. But I've got to tell you, the instant I put this shoe on, it feels so different and the most support I've ever felt from such an open shoe in anything I've worn anywhere.
This is a really hard style. I mean, this is a style which I really encourage you, get them home and try them, because the technology and the feeling that we're about to describe, it's not a visible technology that we're looking at here. Triple density footbed. So there's 3 different densities that are sitting underneath the foot in this footbed. So great, you can see the one at the heel there. So it's a softer density EVA underneath that heel area. Then you come into that a slightly firmer density EVA just around that arch area.
Right.
And then again, around where that big toe joint sits, just about this area here, again, there's a softer density EVA that sits underneath that toe joint. So but the feeling that you feel when you slip into these, it is that really sort of stable, supportive sort of feeling that you're getting. That you really do feel the 3 different densities underneath the foot as well. It's an amazing feeling.
You know what? I'm just going to show you right here. For me, there was a noticeable difference. And you see that the little X that's going up and around? It's almost like a toe loop as opposed to a thong style. Please do not let that frighten you. When I put this on, it's like it almost doesn't exist, but it helps to keep my toe in the right spot, so it's not sort of like, hanging off the end of the shoe. Yeah. It is so, look at that. Look at that support that I'm getting right in the center of that shoe. And when I go up in the ball of my foot, the shoe goes with me.
That's right.
Like, look at how flexible that is. I can just go right up onto the ball of my foot and it goes with me, and yet it's so open.
Exactly right. And but look at that strap configuration as well. So you've got a lot of, there's a big strap configuration on there. It's still really open-footed though, because they're quite thin. The straps there are quite thin. But the strap configuration there means it's going to be beautifully secure on the foot as well. You've got that highest strap, the highest strap over the top of the instep there, and that looping down over that midfoot there, and then that second cross strap coming over the bottom of the foot. So your foot's beautifully housed in there.
It is.
Even though that doesn't look like a lot of coverage, your foot is beautifully housed into the top of that.
Yeah, like I said, as we're going to take a look at Sheila, the most support I think I have ever felt from a shoe that is this open, because usually with an open shoe, like your foot just kind of feels like it's floating around in there. This is super supportive.
Exactly, and something we haven't actually touched on is the fact that the sole unit, the sole on it is actually made from Vibram or Vibram, which is one of the toughest rubber compounds that are actually available in the market. A lot of really technical outdoor shoes are made with that rubber compound.
Those really expensive technical outdoor shoes.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. So the materials are even just different.
Yeah, so as I said, this is one of the most technical shoes that we have in there, one of the most supportive, one of the most comfortable. As I said, it's really one that I swear by, and really you can see the difference that this technology is going to make as well. So Sheila here, we'll talk about the knee as well. You'll notice that dot we put on the knees going off in one direction, those lines along the foot are going off in another direction. The reason being is that foot's unsupported. No support underneath the foot, so that foot's rolling over to try and meet the ground. That's what we know as overpronation or excess pronation, and when that foot is in that overpronated position, it will cause the lower leg to internally rotate, which then puts the knee out of its natural alignment. That's why that dot on the knee is shooting off in another direction. Let's realign Sheila's foot, and there you can see the difference. So now with that foot back in its natural alignment, you can see how nice and straight that line has become, but also that dot on the knee is nicely aligned with the rest of it. But when I let it go, you can see there straight away that misalignment returning there. Right. Now let's just slip Sheila into just a regular flat flip-flop and see if there's any difference. And in fact, what you'll notice is actually there's actually a greater level of overpronation there, because the ground actually stops Sheila when she's on the hard surface. When she's in a flat flip-flop like this, because it's softer underneath the foot's actually going to roll over a little bit more because it's got more give. Yeah, exactly right. But let's slip Sheila out of that and let's put her into the Mojave. And look at the difference there. So you're getting that fantastic alignment there, that nice straight line. So it's a really dramatic difference. I love the fact you don't have to wait 2 or 3 or 4 weeks to feel the difference.
Right.
You really feel that difference as soon as you get them home.
And a lot of the shoes that are designed like this out on the marketplace in this similar style are very bulky. Frankly, they can actually make they just bulk out on your foot. This is such a streamlined shoe. And it happens to have the amazing OrthoHeal technology in it, but this goes several steps further with those 3 zones of how much support and how much cushioning you're getting. How many of these did we say are gone? 600 of these are now spoken for. Here, you know what? Half of what we brought in. So many times when a shoe like this disappears, it takes us a whole year to get it back.
That's right.
So my suggestion is to grab it, because if you're looking for it in a month, chances are we won't have it. Look at this heel cushioning pad that we have right here, and look at how my thumb really sinks into this one. Look at this beautiful spot right there, and you feel it because that's your first strike point when you're walking. And then this was the zone that you were telling me earlier that has that slightly firmer support, because that's where you want it to give back into the arch.
Yeah.
And then here under the ball of the foot, once again, a different zone giving you a little bit more of the cushioning on the ball of your foot, because sometimes when you're running around after your kids, that might actually be a point of contact.
Well, that's where we also pointed out too, when you saw that first ray down, with the big toe sort of flexing and not flexing.
Yep.
That big toe, so when it's softer joint underneath, when it's softer density underneath the big toe, that's going to allow that joint to drop down when you go through the walking motion. So not only do you need that alignment, but you need that cushioning underneath that big toe joint there. And I love that, what we call that, that's the pink and berry, that's the berry and
yes, we call this berry and gray. It's the lightest. The other
lighter.
2 colors are actually darker.
And I think that's a really, really pretty colour there as well, because you're getting that nice sort of pop for the spring and the summer. The others are sort of quite dark, but this one's a beautiful, nice sort of pop of colour there for the spring and the summer. A great berry detail, and with that sort of almost that sort of dove grey footbed as well. So that's going to be a really, really nice contrast on it.
4 easy payments of less than $28 a month for a shoe that you've never seen here before, that is brand spanking new and has so much technology actually built into it. It doesn't, I mean, yes, you're getting the support that you would expect, like you would find if you're familiar with the brand from other shoes in the show. But when you put this on for the very first time in the most delightful way, you really feel so fantastic because of all of that support and because the shoe is giving back to you. And you're also getting, because the straps are thinner, you don't feel bogged down, because a lot of these more athletic style open shoes are very, very bulky. But this one is not.
And don't be afraid of that toe loop either. I mean, your toe is very, very easy to sort of just slip through that, and it's going to sit there and it's not going to dig in, because you'll notice again that configuration. We'll see it fantastic there. It's in at an angle, so it's not going to be sitting right in between the toes there. It's going to sit a little bit above the in between the toes there. And then again, that crisscross strap, that overlay strap, if you will, this area here is going to assist in really holding that foot in place. So you're getting this really great, secure style that's really going to house the foot beautifully, but it's such a beautiful open-footed style. I should hold it the lighter colour. That'll probably be a little bit easier to see.
And I want to mention too, as we're looking at this right before we say hello to Doris, even though this strap right across the front is not adjustable. This is important. I border on that wide width, and I want you to see this.
Great call out.
If you're saying, oh, I have wide feet, if you have really wide feet, maybe this shoe isn't for you. But if you border on that wide width and grab it when you can, like me, there is nothing digging in here. There is nothing digging in by either of my toes. Like, I feel supported, but there's no digging of any kind. So don't be afraid to get it, even if you have a slightly wider foot.
I'd even say with this, if the Tide fits you well, this will fit you well. So Tide is medium to a slightly wider foot type. If you fit the Tide well, this will fit fine for you.
You're gonna love this shoe. We're seeing, oh, and by the way, here's where we are. We brought in over 1,300. Charcoal berry, 200 remain. Chocolate teal, 150 remain. The berry and the gray, 100 remain.
Oh,
so please make sure you get what you want, because it could take us a whole year to get it back. Doris from New York, we have like a minute and a half to chat. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Did you pick up these new shoes, the Mojave?
I did, but they're not for me. I bought them as a gift for my daughter because she loves the toe post, that toe.
Oh, okay.
That toe loop. You're a
Yeah,
nice mum.
She's really crazy about that.
That's nice.
So
Has she ever tried the Vionic brand before?
I don't think she has. No, I don't really know for sure, but I don't think so.
Okay.
I said, I think this is a great gift idea because, as I said, it's a really cool looking style, and that toe loop style really sort of speaks to that more active or athletic looking style, which I'm sure your daughter will love.
Yeah.
One thing, Doris, if she's never worn Vionic before, just ask her to ease herself into it. So get her to wear them for 20 minutes or half an hour for the first few days that she gets them, just to get her foot used to having that support underneath the foot. So she may not need it, but I do like to recommend that to anyone who's never worn Vionic before. But I think this is going to be an absolutely beautiful style. What colour did you get her? Or should it be a surprise in case she's watching?
No, I got her the charcoal and berry.
Oh,
Beautiful.
great colour. That's an awesome colour option there
Beautiful.
for us. So.
Well, Doris, I am really excited for her to give these a try, and hopefully you can let us know how they worked out for her if you see us on in a future show.
I will. And I wonder if I could ask something of Liam.
Sure,
course.
yeah.
For future shoes next year, maybe, could you think about like a double strap across the top so that the strap sits back away from the toes a little bit and covers the bunion area?
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
you need the strap self. I can just show it here. So you want a strap sitting a little bit higher, the bottom strap sitting a little bit higher up on the foot, correct?
Right. Just so it covers the bunion.
Have a look at a style that's on QVC.com called OSA, O-S-S-A, and that might be similar to what you're after, or another style called Samoa.
Okay.
Are two styles which might suit you, which are both double strap, and they might be sitting in the correct spot for you. But if not, I will certainly pass that on to our product team as well, because that's the sort of feedback that we love to get, and I really, really appreciate that, because that just helps us tweak our styles to make sure they suit everybody. So thank you so much for that feedback.
Okay, and thank you.
Thank you, Doris. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Very limited. Oh, actually not just limited. I think we're going to see the little sign.
Really?
There it is. It's
Wow.
gone.
Wacko.
It's gone. You're going to love this shoe.
Yeah.
Please leave your reviews. I want to know what you think of it.
Yeah,
but-
I'm excited. I said this is a shoe that I absolutely